I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death. Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows. Someone is watching you. Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
And to that I say, no, you're an angel witch. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour. Can you hear me, Chris? You have a look on your face as if you can hear me.
No, I just I could hear you. You're fine.
He just has a look on his face.
Oh, you should have nodded in that way. That was like, yeah, this is going great.
Sorry.
Anyway, hello. Hi, how are you? I'm incredible. Thank you for joining us for the Dave Hill Goodtime Hour once again. How's everybody doing? How are you doing, boy criminal Chris Gersbeck?
I'm doing great. Fantastic.
And you, New Jersey chicken rancher?
Doing
Des?
well.
I'm inserting a pause. Not am I stepping on your answer to the question I just asked, but I'm intentionally.
That was on me.
Or maybe subconsciously inserting a pause after I say New Jersey chicken rancher, as if I have no intention of ever naming you.
Just let it hang.
But you are.
Right.
Anyway, we have a gravity-defying program in store for you tonight. Normally, we bring the guest on a little later in the program, but today, in these times of no rules, our guest has to leave a little early, which is fine. But it puts the pressure on for us to come up with the tough questions right out of the gate. And I wanted to ask Chris. We'll talk about this in the back end of the show. I know you had last week. You had wanted to talk about misheard song lyrics.
Oh yeah,
we didn't get to it. Please make a large Post-it note for yourself. And I want to talk about the Suez Canal boat mishap that I feel personally responsible for. But let's waste no time and bring our guest tonight is a hilarious comedian, a guy I've known for a while. I've not seen him in person for a while. Now I'm seeing him on Zoom, which is how I see almost all humans in my life these days. He's the author of a new book, a book that came out a couple weeks ago. It is the #1 comedy book in the world by my calculations, by my tireless research.
Checks out.
The book is it checks out the history of stand-up from Mark Twain to Dave Chappelle. It's a great book. I've been reading it. I've been enjoying it. I can't recommend it enough. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the lovely and talented Wayne Fetterman, who has agreed to join us on this Dog and Pony show.
I'm here. Okay, how do I sound? How's this audio?
You sound great.
Fantastic.
I'm just writing down. You said you can't recommend it enough. That's going to be on the website within hours.
I know this is
that's already an endorsement. Even if nothing else out of this whole thing, I'm done. I've succeeded.
Believe me, anything I say, you're welcome to turn into a blurb. I try to speak in blurbs.
Blurb speak. Your blurb speak.
Yeah, just put. No, but I love the book. It's a great book.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a quick question.
Sure.
I'm going to start off with because I didn't know that I was supposed to wear a T-shirt with something on it or some words. I didn't know that was. Dave, I can't even see what you're wearing. What is that?
I'm actually wearing. This is uncharacteristic for me because normally I'm not quite as casual. Normally I'll wear a sweater or something, but I'm wearing this actually a hoodie sent. I was just thinking about this during the pandemic. I don't know if this happened to you guys, but people have been so kind to send me all manner of clothing, books, food, and among them, this guy in Chicago who has a line of clothing called Death by Danko. Makes these hoodies, and I'm
wearing a hoodie, but not Death by Danko. How do they get it to you? Is there a post office box? Do you just give out your home address? How's it all work?
I've been as anyone who listens to this show regularly knows, I've been hiding out in a small Finnish fishing village in northeastern Ohio the majority of the past year, taking care of an octogenarian woman, though arguably, she's doing her fair share of taking care of me. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
But I have been. I just give out the address. I know that's a risky thing because
that was my assumption. just knowing you, and I just feel like you're like, I'm part of this world. Why do I need to build another gate for people to get through? My gate's open.
Yeah, and I figure, as a stand-up, that whatever, if something went wrong,
yeah,
you get a new 10 minutes out of it, right? At least.
You mean if you got murdered?
Yeah, anything just
short of getting murdered.
Okay. You'll get some, if something went horribly wrong, and statistically speaking, I've had a few. Nothing. I would say nothing has ever gone wrong giving my address out.
Okay.
Giving my whereabouts, I've been burned by that before.
You have. Okay.
By just making my public whereabouts known, and that's not even true, really. I would say, sometimes people crossing state lines to come to a show. I've had that go south a few times.
Yeah.
But
sorry to interrupt. We already have a super chat question for Wayne.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know what. Go ahead. Tell me about the super
Wayne,
chat.
this is a new technology I myself have just learned about. But people can pay, and as you know, in these times when we must monetize
unprecedented times.
If you in these unprecedented times when everything, if you're not monetizing, what are you even doing? That's the question of life. If you're not monetizing everything, anyway. But on the live YouTube stream of this, people can pay, and as I say this, as I explain it to Wayne, I will explain it to anyone watching live. Hit the $sign, and
so it's $1 to get a question.
Well, I think they can pick the amount, as these things go. I myself have never super chatted, so I don't know how it works.
They can choose any. You can choose any amount. It doesn't have
any
to
amount.
It could be pennies.
It could be pennies. I think
pennies is on the dollar.
A lot of people donate $6.66.
Because of the devil situation.
Because of they perceive me as someone who has some sort of fascination with the devil, which I don't. But people do, because I like heavy metal. You know how it is.
I like heavy metal. Yeah,
and people jump to conclusions about you as a result.
They did that with Jimmy Page, right? When he bought Aleister Crowley's house.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of begging for it.
Yeah.
With that, but
how many signs?
but I do appreciate the $6.66 amount. But what is this anyway? So by way of saying, I will not explain it in this detail every time, but when people do the super chat, the question jumps to the top, and Chris says, "Hey, we have a super chat." So, what is the question, Chris?
Dan Wally wants to know: Does Wayne play drums, and can we have Tom and pedal talk? Because we always have pedal talk on the show. So I guess you would. The drummers don't really discuss toms, though. That's not.
They do.
Oh, okay. I thought Tom was a person, but he means Tom, like Tom
and pedal.
There's floor toms. There's red tom.
Yeah. There's right. To anyone listening in the podcast format, Wayne, I'm going to go out on a limb to initiate the drum talk. What appears, but from my naive eyes as a guitar player, I would say a vintage Gretsch kit is behind you.
What? That is an incredibly astute guess. If you wanted to be wrong, that would be a great guess.
I'm wrong.
You nailed it.
Now that I'm looking, hardware looks too modern.
Oh no,
it is too modern.
Dave, your mic is doing that thing again.
Oh, my mic. Oh, I'm gonna switch my mic. I'm sorry.
I love it. Should I be talking during this embarrassing moment of
information as I switch? Sorry,
you're good.
Don't slow down for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Wayne, that is a Gretsch kit behind you?
It is not a Gretsch.
Oh, it's not a Gretsch.
He is 100% correct that the hardware is way too new. I will push down and reveal. Does anyone else want to take a guess?
Okay, I'm going to take another guess.
I have a guess too, but I want to hear
can't make me happier. Go ahead.
This
based on this hardware.
Okay, I'm going to say. I know Wayne Fetterman to be a man of means. He's a successful man.
Yep.
And I'm going to say that he's gone in hard, and that's a DW kit.
100% correct. It's 100%.
Whoa.
Are you serious? Oh my God. I knew it. I was like, that is a serious kit from a guy who's not messing around.
It kind of looked like I remember, I forget
nice work, brother.
Who made it, but Ringo Starr, they like replicated his drums for a while. What kind of drums did Ringo play?
Ludwig,
yeah. I thought that's what that was. Like,
yeah, no, it is the Ringo's.
Oh, I think your mic came out.
That wire.
Sorry, no, I hit the mute button. The mute button. This terrible design here. Shure Company, the Shure Company, if you're watching. But on the new Ringo kit, he now has a little closed hi-hat where a second tom would go, if that makes any sense. I have the gear.
Oh, it does.
I don't have the hi-hat yet. But that's going to happen. I love Ringo is my favorite Beatle, so it's.
Oh wow.
So I use his style with single tom.
I'm still buzzing from having guessed DW correctly.
That was incredible. Was that based on like my credit, my IMDb? Like, how did you come? Like it had nothing to do with the hardware. Just had to do with.
It was based on a variety of factors. I know you are a musician as well as a comedian. I saw the finish on the kit, which looks like kind of vintage inspired. And then I just put it together. I was like, Wayne is a successful guy. He's not going to walk into Guitar Center and just walk out with some crappy floor model. You're going to do it right. So I was like, he's got a DW kit.
Thank you. That was awesome. That was awesome guessing. And the weird thing is, my big three when I decided to buy these drums at this age was Gretsch, Ludwig, and DW. I didn't want anything else. I didn't want anything.
Those are the answers. And this is, I can say, and you made the right choice. I mean, as you know, but as I have a lot of guitars, and there's ones where I've done the right thing and gotten a nice one. And then there's ones where I just got like someone to scratch the itch. And I got something that was like, that's not the one, but it'll cause a glimmer of excitement. And then over time you go, that was stupid. Why did I do that? I should have just gotten the real deal.
Well,
sorry to interrupt again, but there's a lot of questions, super chat questions coming in.
Oh my God, you guys are making money hand over foot.
This is good.
You guys are just rolling in the money. We're going to be here till 5:59. I see what's going to happen.
We're gonna milk this, but what you don't. This ruins the surprise. Is we're going to get you that extra Ringo hi-hat with the money.
Oh, you are. I love
it. More super chat questions. Let's do it.
All right, Brian Whitley asks, please ask Wayne about his experience playing Stan Sanders.
Oh, that's an awesome question. Can I just answer it, or do you have to repeat it like I didn't hear that?
No.
I think we all know. We all heard it, and you heard it. I think you can go ahead and answer.
Okay, all right. I just didn't know what the protocol was.
No, there's no protocol.
Just so you know, the question was, please ask Wayne. So
true.
That is.
You're right. To be fair,
yeah.
I respect your respect for protocol.
What was that gentleman's name? What was that gentleman's name who asked that question?
Brian Whitley.
Brian Whitley. I want to answer the question. I'm champing at the bit is the exact term, by the way, not chomping. So I'm champing at the bit, but you did not ask me the question. You asked someone else to ask me that question. So,
okay.
So we have.
I'm going to do it.
Let's just.
I'm going to do it. All right. This was one of the absolute career highlights of my entire career. Was getting to play Larry Sanders' brother on the Larry Sanders show. But what I later found out that made the whole experience even more incredible for me was that, because I worked on this documentary called The Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling. And in it, we found out that he had a very traumatic experience, that he had one brother that he was very close to who died when he was a kid. And it affected him his entire life, and for numerous reasons, total trauma. And so that I played his brother on the show, I was like, oh, wow, he must, that was even more of an honor than it already was. So great question. I wish somebody would have asked it to me on the show, but we got it from somebody in New Jersey.
I know. Well, it worked out.
Listen, it worked out, right?
I have some I have some locked and loaded questions if the super chat fails us at any point.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I mean, we have some more. I want to say, and I'm not even going to ask my questions because we'll keep just honoring the super chat until. But by the way,
that's the name of my blog. Honoring the super chat.
In my tireless research, because I thought, of course, I'm knowledgeable about Wayne Fetterman and his career. Yep. But I said, he's a guest on this program. I'm going to do a deep dive. And I Googled you. I'm like, I'm going to go deeper than what I already know and simply Google your name.
Right. And Google, just so I understand, is that what they call the dark web? Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, it is.
I don't even know what this word means. Is that
there's a lot of bad stuff?
Yeah,
you don't. I don't recommend it.
Okay.
But I was reading, and I thought, I said, what are you drinking there? By the way,
Taco Bell lemonade.
Oh wow, pink lemonade.
Yeah, pink lemonade's diluted though. That's what happens when you have your numbers are too high. You have to cut down on the sugar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're learning a lot about me right now.
This is okay.
We've got some elevated numbers.
We're going to get to your numbers in a second. We'll jump to the numbers momentarily. No, but there was so much I was reading, and I went from like, I've always been impressed, of course, with your career, and then I was like, gosh, there's so much more. And then I got to what I consider the peak is when I turned on you in my brain, and I was like, you know what, fuck this guy. He's done too much. He's succeeded too much in life. And I turned on you, and I flew into a rage, and I thought, you know what, cancel the show. I don't want this guy on anymore. No, and but that was just a flash of rage. But no, I was amazed. And we'll get to the super chat. But you, close to my heart, you performed in rotation at the 13th Street Theater with Brother Theodore.
You're the only one that's ever asked me about that. Only one.
Are you serious?
No one has ever asked me about Brother Theodore working there. This was right out of college. This is before I even passed to the comedy club. This is like early 80s. This is 40 years ago.
But this is an amazing era in so many ways. And just like that theater and just, I mean, Brother Theodore, who probably a lot of people watching / listening aren't familiar, but he's like a guy. I feel like there isn't a modern.
No one close.
What was that like?
Well, he used to do stand-up tragedy is the way he described it. Right. And he's this incredible person who escaped Nazi Germany, was a very rich guy over there, came over here with nothing and kind of rebuilt his life and had obviously some anger issues and became a cult favorite in the Village in the 60s. And then it wasn't really till after I performed with him in the early 80s that David Letterman kind of brought him to life on that Late Show, on the 12:30 show.
Yeah.
I brought him to life, but and then he started working. He's in the movie The Burbs. He's in that Billy Crystal. Nobody knows who. Anyway, it's an extremely angry, aggressive type of comedy, not like Sam Kinison. I don't even know how to. It's indescribable. It's but he had bits. The guy had legitimate comedy bits, and it was just. I don't know. I mean, he didn't talk to me that much because I was the show after him, but he was always like, make sure you clean up the dressing room. You've got to be a professional. You know, describe the 13th Street Theater for these kids who don't know what it is.
It's just this little underground like you blink and you miss it little place.
Yeah. It was a little an armpit. It was like a little armpit of a theater. But he was like, "You got to respect the theater. Make sure you clean up. I don't want to see anything." I was like, "I'm not the show before you. It's nothing to do with me." And but I would come in early to watch him, and he had special lighting cues. I always like when comedians take it to another level, where it's not just lights on, do the show, lights off. Like sometimes they would pin spot him. Sometimes he'd go over there. It was really theatrical.
Yeah. He was amazing. And you can go on YouTube and there's some clips of him.
Oh, there's tons of stuff. Tons.
Yeah. But he's like, you watch it, and I mean, even though there's plenty of people doing great things in late night now, I feel like no one would have anyone like him on today.
No, I'm trying to think what would be an equivalent, like someone who it's kind of a character, right? So it's it's a heightened character.
Like watching him as a kid.
Yeah,
I remember just thinking like that, like he would just attack. He would just be like belligerent.
Am I allowed to make a YouTube recommendation? Is that allowed? Or is that platformy?
You can do anything.
All right. I just discovered within the last 3 months, so during COVID, a clip of Brother Theodore getting into an argument on the old Merv Griffin show, which used to come out of New York, with Jerry Lewis. So just put Brother Theodore, Jerry Lewis. And it is amazing.
People in the chat are saying Eddie Pepitone is somewhat like.
Oh, yes. Yeah, very good. The chat is smarter than I am. Wait, hold on. I'm going to give some. Can I super answer? Wait, let me see how much money I have, because those guys. I'm going to give you guys $5 American dollars. I'll do it this way.
Oh, excellent. This is cool.
Yes, Eddie Pepitone would be a great example of that. Yes, believe.
Yeah. He has to be the closest.
No question. That's a great. You guys have a smart group. You have a smart group.
It would be like Eddie Pepitone if Eddie appeared to have wandered in off the street and wasn't on the bill and did his thing. like it was just like, or maybe it's just my perceptions of Brother Theodore when I was younger, that I was just like, something's horribly wrong, but this is amazing.
Yeah, no, he was. It was ridiculous. I mean, I was just kind of starting out and did the show after him, but yeah,
just another super chat. It's similar subject. Jessica Keibel asks, Wayne, do you have any good stories from the last days of Catch a Rising Star?
Oh.
No, I don't, but I will tell you this. So that's still going to cost you money, Jessica. Sorry. Next question. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we must charge.
We must charge. No, because I had already moved to Los Angeles in the late 80s. So I was not there for those final days, but I saw Catch a Rising Star in its heyday, and I write about it in my book.
The History of Stand-Up.
That it was the history of stand-up, that when that club closed, it was beyond shock. When that closed and the Improv on 44th Street both closed in the early 90s, it was beyond shocking, because Catch a Rising Star, you don't understand, was like, it was the Studio 54 of stand-up clubs. Like there was, to this day, limousines double parked outside up and down First Avenue. Like Dustin Hoffman, New York Yankees, like just an A-list clientele. Obviously, Richard Belzer was their MC. Sometimes people came to see him. Downstairs, I wasn't part of this scene. Coke, money, blowjobs, the whole thing. It was like just insane what was going on at that club. And people, $100 to sit up front. So, Belzer would make fun of them. And it was as big a scene as the Cellar is right now in New York City was how big Catch a Rising Star. So when it closed, and it had already franchised, there was one in Boston, Princeton, somewhere else. And then it just, like in the early 90s, it was sort of, there was a comedy boom, and then it retracted a little bit, and that was it. So no, a legendary club that I write about In the books.
In the book, The History of Santa.
I'm so bad at this.
No, you have. This is,
I know. No. You don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah. I'm just.
No, you want it. You're going to be feeling. You'll see the Dave Hill spike that comes from this appearance.
I love it. Thank you.
The Dave Hill effect, they call it.
I'm noticing that the call-in number is a New Jersey number. Is that right?
It happens. Yes, it is.
Is that yours?
Yes.
I don't know this, Chris. I don't know this guy's name.
Hey, I'm
Des.
Oh, this is Des.
Oh, that's Des. Okay. I didn't quite hear it. They kept calling you different.
That guy.
Is that are we in an attic?
We're in the attic up here in West Jersey with the chicken farms. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the 201. Okay. I love it. I don't want to go on Mitch Walters on you, but I know that area code.
Hey,
wow.
Good old one.
I love it. That's incredible.
We got another.
And people can call the number 201-584-7071.
Do they have to pay for that? Is that super? Do you monetize that as well?
That's free. So we have not figured out how to way to monetize that. So we've failed in that way.
Do we have a call, Des? Is that what you said?
No calls as of yet.
Look, it's okay. Never say when there aren't calls.
Right.
You want to
directly.
I asked. My fault.
I can't lie.
You can't. I like Des. I like it.
We got another super chat though. Matt Arnold went to know. He says, Wayne,
yes,
you can wave a magic wand, describe your perfect toast, the bread, the spread, all of it.
Perfect toast?
Yes. That's what Matt wants to know.
Perfect toast?
Yes.
Dave,
from
help me with
drums
this.
to toast.
I don't quite understand the question. Just
you're familiar with toast, the breakfast staple.
I thought he was talking about, the bride, to the groom. This is may you live a long life. That's not what he's talking about.
No,
he's actually talking about
the bread, the spread, and more.
The bread and the spread. Okay.
A rye fella.
No. Like, would you? I think that my favorite thing toasted is going to sound hyper Jewy, and we're going to lose all our fans. But this is a media click, refund, whatever that is. I love the toasted egg bagel, not plain, with the cream cheese bagel and the lox and the tomato. That's it. No capers, nothing else. But heavy cream cheese, like way too much, like heart attack.
Like to where you bite into it and then the roof of your mouth is coated in cream cheese.
Yeah. And it fills in the hole. And that would be my favorite thing more than any. But can I give a second place? Am I allowed to, or is that a different? I love, and this is old school, like when I was a kid, I haven't had it maybe in decades, is raisin toast also with cream cheese. Raisin bread toast. Does that ring a bell for anyone?
Oh, I'm a big fan. And I've just honestly in the last couple of weeks learned, I don't know why I hadn't explored it earlier, but someone recommended to me, interest of full disclosure, Wayne, I think the reason the toast question came down the pike is because I have been really going down a toast wormhole on my Instagram. I've been eating a lot of toast. As you know, I look, anyone can see it to look at me, a little bloated. Right. I'm starting the day with toast.
I would use the word more doughy than bloated, but that's
doughy, it's more appropriate. Yeah. But someone recommended cream cheese with, I had gotten some 4 fruit preserves. That's what it's called, but I guess it's just jam made with 4. Anyway, but they said put cream cheese and then that, and so I did it, and I was like, that's amazing. And I was like, cheese, why?
Yeah. And let me ask you, I've always called it cream cheese, but some people call it creamed cheese.
Oh, those people can fuck off.
Oh wow, I didn't know you were gonna.
It's iced coffee, not iced coffee.
Right? Yeah, same kind of thing, Chris.
This is true.
Piggybacking that.
Also, I've broken my own rule. Last week I said no swearing. We dumped Elvira Canaver's call because he swore. Because this show is in terrestrial radio in Manchester, England, and they're famously litigious people.
Of course.
So now I've just broken the rule. And Chris will have to. No, don't even edit it out. They're not going to. We'll say that I said something else if anyone calls.
What song is in my head? Manchester, England, England. Is that a song? Does it for anyone? Okay, I'm wrong.
No, but
Manchester, England, England.
What is that song?
I don't know. It just, you said Manchester, that popped in my head. I can't think of any other part of that song, but it's all right. You can
or something, perhaps.
Say it again.
Is it like a football anthem? Sounds like
no. This is like sounds like a 60s. My guess it would be some 60s song.
Yeah,
like early child. You know those early songs in your childhood that's just like
Dick there.
Yeah. Just okay.
Yeah,
keep going,
absolutely.
Keep going. I'm loving these questions. I've never been in a scenario where people paid money to ask me a question.
We had someone pay for a question and then they removed the question.
Weird, yeah.
Wait, you can do that?
That's the anti-Semite. That's the I knew it was going to happen as soon as I brought up bagels and likes. I knew it.
Deb Reed sent $10 and I can't see the message. It says
I think it was about asking if you were still teaching a course, a college level.
USC.
Not only am I still teaching, I start in 24 minutes.
That's the hard.
Oh my gosh. So wow. That's amazing.
So yes, is the answer to that question. It's a stand-up performance and history class. Yeah.
So that's amazing. So I now talk about monetizing. I would hope that part of the curriculum is they have to buy your history of stand-up book.
Not yet, but I'm thinking about it.
I
know that I just felt like it's such a gross thing that professors do, and their books are like $80. Mm-hmm. My book's $11.99 on Amazon, $8.99 for the Kindle. But so I don't know. I just feel like it's super gross thing to do to a student. Be like, hey, you want to take my course? Give me some money on top of this. But I might do it. You're all for it. I can see in your face, Dave. You're like,
I'm all for it. I've had it happen to me. I think at that age, I wouldn't think to question it if I were just a pretty young thing.
The book just came out. So let me think about it. But that would be a nice passive revenue stream. But I just find like it's a little like, oh no, don't read Gerald Nachman's book. Read my book. Like these great scholars that spent 30 years writing.
Just say, I just think it makes more sense. You hear they hear your words on the Zoom or whatever, however you're teaching this class. Yeah. Then they can hold the words in their hand.
You did all the work putting the book together.
I got it, Des. Des, can you tell me what's on your T-shirt? Just because I just see a
Hendrix.
Oh, James Hendrix. I love him from Seattle. I love that guy.
That's the guy.
Oh man, how great was he?
A lot of heat.
I don't know if you know this. When I started my closer on the ukulele, I used to electrify it through a little Marshall amp and play 3 songs. Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida by Iron Butterfly, and then a version of Whole Lotta Love with a solo from Heartbreaker of Led Zeppelin.
That's how you
killed.
Taking
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, you taking notes? That's how you close.
That's a closer. That's a closer.
No, I was
behind that
power move.
Yeah. I love
that's
Jimi
excellent.
Hendrix. James, what's his middle name? James something Hendrix. Patrick Hendrix? That's off the top of my head.
Someone's got a super chat.
Somebody's got a
someone can super chat the answer to the question.
Marshall.
That sounds right.
You have a call on. You want to take a call?
Oh, yes. 201. Let's bring in Jersey. What do we got, Jersey? Of course, they're not from New Jersey.
Coming in hot.
Hello, you fine folks. This is of Eric and Avril.
Speak of the devil.
First, I want to apologize for last week. It was just quoting lyrics, and I get into the natural flow, and I did not mean to offend the very litigious area of England.
Tell that to the courts. Too late.
Subject, I've been on a deep English muffin kick for the last month of our pandemic.
Can't go wrong.
And what I do is, and it's improved my life dramatically, is I keep a really good butter in a covered dish on the counter, so it's soft. So you can spread it over that hot stuff and not have it just destroy everything. And it doesn't taste like the inside of a refrigerator.
This is smart.
That salted butter. Oh, so good.
This is a good toast move.
Thank you. That was a very in-depth question.
Another
thing that's been getting our families through this is chicken therapy. I've been able to.
Damn! I knew we should have just gone out on a high note with the butter advice. Continue. Against my better judgment, continue. Do we lose him?
Well, we were able to get the little. We have daughters that are about the same size and age, and they've been able to see these baby chickens.
As whom? As same size and age of each other, or compared to what?
It's been really hard during COVID to get kid-on-kid interaction. So this is the first time Gemma's had interaction with somebody that's really not only her own age, but her own size, because she's kind of small for her size. And the closest kid that she was born to is a giant. So it's interesting to see her interact with somebody of her own size and to see them interact with these rapidly growing chickens that just grow so dramatically every week when we get to see them.
They grow fast.
They go fast. Also,
oh, geez, there's a third thing.
Conflict about your name, considering going by CS.
Oh, me? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I found out one of my. There's another Chris Gersbeck who's actually like a second cousin to me, and I found him on Twitter, and I'm just looking at his Twitter history, and he's
racist.
A bunch of racist tweets.
So, Chris, there, you cannot prove to me that's not your account,
right? The crazy thing is also a Twilight Zone enthusiast.
Oh man!
So I was considering
to serve man.
Zone enthusiast. Rod Serling is a saint. Actually, he's the basis of one of our cults of the month. Serling.
All right. Well, the line's breaking up. The line's breaking up here.
Nice work, Dave.
See,
no, I saw what happened. I saw you're very polite. You're so
bit
nice.
by bit. I want to back it up though,
Yeah.
and now I'm wishing Elvira was still on the line. I have been to England almost more than anywhere that I wasn't actually a place that I wasn't actually living. Not once have I ever seen English muffins made available in any form anywhere, ever. I'm told they exist, but I've never seen it.
Right. They're more of a biscuit kind of country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think we're being lied. It's like when you go to Australia, you can't buy Foster's there. You can, but it's really hard. Technically can. Anyway, I digress. I'm guilty of exactly what I was just complaining to Elvira of doing. And I've just led us astray, completely just ground us into a.
No, we can handle. Look, we can turn it around. Any other question? Do you have any? You've deep dived. Is there anything you need to know about me? Is there questions I'm allowed to ask?
You can ask questions at any point. I have this is a horrible way to set up a question, but a question that I think one of the last times I saw you in human form. I'm sure I probably saw you many times but the thing that sticks out in my mind, I was talking to you in the basement of a bar on Houston Street.
Yep.
And you were telling me you had a Les Paul and you were thinking of selling it. And I was saying, Wayne, don't sell it. Don't sell it. And so I was thinking, I was like, I hope you didn't sell it. What do you have the Les Paul or did you sell the Les Paul?
I took your advice. I did not sell it, but I really should sell it. And let me tell you why. Why. Because I don't play it that often. I don't play it enough. And I feel like there's an old expression, a ship in port is safe, but that's not what a ship was built for. And I feel that way about guitars. Like there might be some young kid who would just be wailing on it every night. Headphones. Oh, I wanted to say Walkman. What was that little device they used to use?
Rockman.
The Rockman. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom Schultz Rockman. Just like in his bedroom, hating his parents, learning all the blues scales and all of that. So, I still have it.
Do you have multiple guitars?
Yes, but not multiple electric guitars. Like I have an acoustic guitar, electric bass, ukulele. That's it.
All right, then that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of each.
So I would buy another electric guitar, just maybe. It's just
right. The Sunday driver, so to speak.
Yeah, something I would use a little. Yeah.
So you're saying you think if you bought a different electric guitar, it would get more use?
I might use a little more. Yeah, I might use a little more.
Oh, okay. I'm rethinking my answer. And I would say let it go then. Get something you like. Get something you like more.
Dave, I have a very vivid memory of most of the gigs I do. And I have a very vivid memory of that day, that gig, the people that drove up from that band. We kind of opened for them a little bit. Do you remember any of that stuff?
I remember little details.
Like they came from like DC or something like that, and they were part of a tour. Yeah, it was.
I'm trying to.
I'm sorry, this is terrible. We're just reminiscing.
Yeah,
are we done with the super questions? Are there any more of those?
There aren't any pending right now. No.
I love
those.
Well, there's a couple.
These people.
No, there's been a couple thank you super chats. Matt Arnold.
Okay, well, let's read a thank you. We can read thank yous.
Yeah, Matt Arnold said thank you, and Deb Reed said thanks. Here's some money.
God, that must be great.
Oh, it's magical.
So good.
The thing about the super chat is people pay the money, but we have no idea how to retrieve it. It's being held somewhere.
I was going to ask you about that.
We don't. I personally, because it's somehow tied to the YouTube channel, and it's my YouTube channel, and I've gone in to say to myself, hey Dave, where's the super chat money? And I couldn't figure it out. So it's like losing your Bitcoin password. We'll never
have a 2-year subscription to YouTube Premium. They just roll it over into that.
We will never access the $47 that's accrued.
Well, I want to thank those people for asking those questions. That was exciting for a little bit.
Well, hopefully it'll heat up. Everyone hit that super chat button. You saw the kind of electricity it generated.
Well, there's another super chat. It's not really a question.
Is it about? It's not a question. It's another thank you.
Elvira Canaveral, he said, my electric bass ukulele is a great way to flow.
It's all about the flow.
See, and now Wayne is learning the dangers of having the super chat.
I've learned it.
You keep holding those sticks up. We should get some more drum gear.
Yeah,
what's up with the sticks?
They're either 7As or 7Bs. I don't remember.
Big Firth.
They're all. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they were Firth, but yeah, I don't have a bunch of sticks. But I used to play drums as a kid. When I went to college, I gave up drums because I didn't want to be the guy like, hey, I'm your roommate. Here are my drums. Excuse me. So that's in the 70s. I went to college in the late 70s. And then 3 years ago, bought drums again. Oh, so nice. It's all new. It's so much fun.
Exciting.
It is exciting.
How now? Do you have neighbors that how do your neighbors feel about?
My neighbors are fine. I mean, there's I don't know if you can see the Zildjian cymbals are like low. They're like little holes in them and stuff. So they're like soft cymbals and stuff. And I put little like cloths over the drums and stuff. And I only play during the day. They love me. But also I have a piano. I have a lot of music in this house.
I like that. Now what do
no
you
women,
no
women.
No way. So you
no women, but a lot of music.
But when they finally get there, you'll have
it's gonna be great.
Multiple ways.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be like,
I like playing those old-fashioned songs like I Can't Give You Anything But Love and all of that stuff.
So
I know Manchester, England. I just said it's from Hair. It's from the musical Hair, 1967 on Broadway, and then or maybe 69.
Oh, nice. Can we pull that up, Chris?
I don't want you're going to get money. YouTube will take all your money away if you play any music at all. So don't.
This is true. We actually
don't do that. Do not do that.
The song that we play every week as part of the intro to the show, Angel Witch, by the band Angel Witch, from their album Angel Witch, is a song I used to play on my WFMU show. And David Krumholtz had never heard it before, and he was on the show and wanted to hear it again. And then we realized we should probably just play this song every week because it's so
it was really
and
fun.
amazing.
That guitar solo is incredible.
It is. It's an amazing song. And then, but as we've learned something about it, the video of this show, when it go, because people watch live and then it lives on YouTube, and it is blocked in Syria, North Korea.
Let's hear it.
And 2 other key markets for us.
I'm going to guess those markets. Is it Estonia? And I'm going to also guess Uruguay.
I think that's right.
Yeah, that was just off the top of my head. Just a wild, crazy guess. I love the Olympics, so I know countries.
What is it about those? I think that's right. Why? What is it about those countries that?
Oh, well, I'll tell you.
I think you're.
Yeah,
it sounds right. It might. It is 4 countries. I can't think of the other 2, and that sounds right.
I'm gonna double check to verify, but
that can't be right, guys. The only reason I was just thinking countries off the top of my head. That's the category. Countries off the top of Wayne Fetterman's head for 40. Let's go. I love the Baltic countries. I love Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia. I'm into all of those countries.
Me too. I want to get. I was just starting to push east before all this hit.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I have not made it.
So how often are you in England?
I used to go as much as like 4 times a year.
And then, would you say you have a sizable following over there?
I'm considered a genius.
Yeah.
No, I mean enough that I'm able to go there, and I, as I say, I can fill a basement anywhere on earth. You give me a basement.
I saw you on Houston Street.
There you go. Yeah, you've lived it.
I've lived it. I've lived it. You can fill a basement. That's awesome.
Enough for me to show up. I'll just keep coming. Plus, it's a way to travel under the guise of work. Because I'm not good at taking vacations. So you just book.
We're exactly alike. We're exactly alike on that. Like I love traveling for work, even if it's the slimmest read of an idea. Just a thing. And like, I'm going to do one show. Yes, no question.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's hard to. Because I don't know. I think, but I think I just feel too guilty or self-loathing to say, hey, you've earned it, kid, go somewhere and relax. So I always
100%.
And then I go and I go to these places and I do the shows and I think, damn it, I wish I didn't have a show and I could just have dinner somewhere, but you can't. You have to do that. So I've had drinks in many places, but I've rarely have any dinners anywhere.
Right.
Do you want to hear the 4 countries?
Yes. Yeah.
So you said Syria and North Korea already.
Right.
Cuba.
Oh, Cuba. Okay. By the way, I've been there. Go ahead. Continue.
And Iran.
Okay.
Iran.
Wait, so you've been to Cuba?
Yeah. I went to, I guess the statute of limitations are up. Illegally went there in the 90s for a bachelor party. And I would say the most absolutely mind-blowing decadent bachelor party I've ever been to in my life. I mean,
place to go for one. Yeah.
I couldn't believe what was happening. It was insane. I still think about it.
Without incriminating yourself or anyone else, can you give us a taste of of the good times?
Well, it was good and scary. There was a club, I cannot remember the name, but we stayed at the hotel, the National. I'm saying it wrong, but it's National. Can't say it.
That sounds right.
And there was an incredible Cuban woman that we wanted to bring back to the room. Smart thing, knew the internet, the early internet, the whole thing. They wouldn't let her in. There was if you were Cuban, you were not allowed in the hotel, and they could spot her. It was incredible. Like, she can't come in with you guys. Yeah. And like the chambermaids were like nurses, and like, it was just a very weird place. But there's this nightclub. I wish I could remember the name of it, where you walked in and literally just because you were a tourist or had money or something, like all the girls were kind of prostitutes, but would hang with you all night. I mean, just gorgeous women. And it was just like, oh, this is how Mick Jagger feels when he comes to, when he goes to a club. It was, to this day, it was still mind blowing.
How did you go through Canada to get there?
Mexico.
Oh,
went through Mexico. Yeah.
I think I got Jimmy on the phone. I want to get him on quick before Wayne has to go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wayne, you have no idea how the timing of the magic that's about to.
Okay.
Wait, the magic that awaits you.
Jimmy, you there?
Hey, yeah, Des. How you doing, man?
Great, Jimmy. Say hi to Wayne.
Hey, Wayne. How are you, man?
Fine, thank you, Jimmy.
Yes, it's Jimmy from Kearney. Legendary.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
I can't see any screen, but I think everybody was there.
Mm-hmm. What's happening,
Jimmy? I'm hanging in. I just did my taxes. It's amazing how you can make like fecal matter in earnings and still have to pay. But then again, somebody's got several new, yachts out there and everything since the cuts of 17. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But I shouldn't bellyache about my situation, although I was diagnosed with strep throat.
Mm.
Hey, look, Jimmy,
I don't mean to house every day like I'm going to perform liver surgery on someone.
Jimmy, I don't mean to interrupt you. I even
go out with gloves.
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Jimmy,
how you doing,
listen,
man?
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Wayne has to leave us in a minute here. And as anyone who's ever heard you call the show before is well aware, you have the voice of an angel. I know you've mentioned you have strep throat, but I'm wondering if before Wayne has to leave, and we encourage everyone to buy his new book, The History of Stand-Up, which I will plug again.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Is there any way you could give us a taste of a little something before you go?
Yeah, as I said, I was diagnosed with strep.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm not Pavarotti. I'm not going to blow out my vocal cords, I don't think.
Just let it breathe.
Plus, what's my income right now, with singing? Okay. I'm gonna do something that's relevant, I think. Sort on the chat board. Okay. And I like it too. It's one of the best songs, I think, from the play. So okay. And I think you've added them.
Let's set up.
Hit it.
Okay. All right. Manchester, England, across the Atlantic Sea. And I'm a genius. I believe in God. And I believe that God believes in.
Oh, we lost him. Jimmy, I apologize. Something went wrong with the phones there.
Flared it out.
But
that was incredible. He knew the song. I think it's from Hair.
I think
it might be from Godspell, but it's definitely one of those two. No question.
Well, Jimmy, if you're out there still, thank you. That was a treat.
That was incredible. With strep throat.
Powering through.
For one moment, I thought that was going to be Jimmy Page because, I have a Les Paul guitar. For one moment, I thought you're just in time. I was like, okay, it's not quite Jimmy Page.
But next best thing.
Yes.
Next Jimmy down the line.
Can I say to Des, can I say to Chris, and to you, Dave, especially, thank you so much for having me. I got to go teach a class.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much for joining us. And everyone, get Wayne's book, The History of Stand-Up. It's amazing.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
There it is. This is a slick show. We have the cover.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I'm going to leave.
You got to run.
You guys do your thing. Keep going.
Thank you so much, Wayne.
Thanks,
Great
Wayne.
to see you.
Let's do this again sometime.
Yes, please.
Here he goes.
Everyone grab this book, The History of Stand-Up. It's really great. I've been reading it, loving it. And he's gone to teach class. So now we're in reverse. We're like at the beginning of the show now, but at the end of the show.
Yeah.
We're left to our own devices. We have a call.
You want to go right into it?
Let's get into it.
You there, caller?
Oh, it's me.
There you are.
Hello.
I'm here.
Who's calling?
This is Carrie from Brooklyn.
Long time no see.
Oh, Carrie from Brooklyn. Hello, how are you?
Where you been?
It's a hard time. Like I'm a late night caller, pillow talk. It's
oh yes.
Making it, at the early time, but I've tried my best tonight. Caught the tail end. How are you guys?
Oh, doing all right. What's happening?
I was just swimming. I ran to go swimming.
Where did you go swimming? Where's Chris, by the way? Why can't we see Chris?
He's, I guess, tending to something that needs tending.
Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Carrie.
He was holding space.
Yeah.
I can't with holding space anymore. I just went to this gym where it has a pool and no one's ever there. I'm afraid to even say what it is because everyone might join. And I'm just like, it's so great, except that I'm always afraid it's gonna close any minute, because no one's ever there.
Oh, you mean like close permanently?
Yeah. It's already flooded out, like the synagogue and the German school in the building. And then, now I'm afraid it's like.
What do you mean? It's flooded out. What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. Like both of these places had to move for a while because supposedly the pool, because it's on the 7th floor, supposedly the pool leaks into these spaces.
It's a precarious.
I'm also like, will the pool just fall down 7 stories and I'll land?
I have my concerns. I'll be honest. I'm always concerned when a pool is not on the ground floor or in the basement, even.
Yeah, because that is
or even existing. I have concerns about a pool even existing.
You got to reinforce that 2 or 3 times over, I would think.
Yeah.
How do you clean it?
Like
drain it?
I mean, I guess I guess they took it out. I guess they took all the water out and like scraped out the rust and filled it up again.
Just like run a hose out the window, though? I mean, to the sink?
It's not my pool.
It's a lot of logistics.
It's a pool.
I would be so nervous to be in charge of a pool. I just feel like so many things can go wrong. The leaking you mentioned.
Yeah.
People peeing in it with great frequency, can only assume.
Nobody stopped the designer and said, this isn't a good idea. This sounds like a
threat of drowning.
But now they have that, like the water changes colors when somebody poops or pees in the pool.
Is that true?
I
thought that was.
That's a lie they've been saying for like.
Yeah, they used to tell us that when I was a kid, and I don't think it ever actually happened.
It's not true because I've tested it. I've tested it. Into my 30s, I've tested it.
Did you ever poop in the pool?
Did I ever what? I've peed in a pool before.
Any of you ever poop in the pool?
No,
never
that's
pooped in the pool.
That's a step too far.
I feel like if you to do a number 2,
I mean, you'd have to take your bathing suit off.
That would be, you would hope, but I just think it's a bad idea. No one wins there. No, not that anyone wins with the peeing, but I tend to think that the peeing, when you think of the amount of, if you were to pee in a pool, hypothetically, the amount of pee is diluted so much, and then the chemicals, it can't be much worse than all the snot and saliva that's in there.
Sterile, like at least some babies.
Just doesn't strike me as a real concern. And they got rid of the German school too?
Say that again?
There's a German school that was affected by the leaky pool?
Mm-hmm.
Why was there's just a German school in the middle of Brooklyn?
Like a school for Germans or to teach the German language?
Good question.
I think like mostly like for Germans in New York, but like maybe also some like Germophiles. Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
Deutschophiles?
Maybe Deutschophiles.
Sounds like someone who loves germs.
I'm a bit of a Deutschophile, I guess, if that's a word.
Definitely an Anglophile.
I'm definitely an Anglophile, but I'm a big fan of Germany.
For sure.
I'm a Francophile. The weird thing about Germany, I'll say, and this is a dangerous thing to say for a country that I love so much. It's the only place, only country that I really love where I don't necessarily encourage interacting with the people that much. Not that they're not delightful, they're completely delightful, but they stand like 2 inches closer than you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only bad thing I could say about the country. I love it. It's an absolute beautiful landscape. People are lovely, but everyone stands, when you're talking, you're like, I wish they were about 2 inches back. That's just it's a tiny bit.
Totally.
But it's just, you're like, just 2 inches. That's all I need.
But
I don't know.
It's weird because they're
now
rule abiders, in general.
I've probably hurt my upcoming shows in Germany by saying that. I've ruined it.
Just have to come closer.
Everyone's gonna like just stand in the top row.
Actually, the last country, I think the last country I was in, pre-Pandy, was Germany. I'm pretty sure.
How long before?
Where in Germany?
Berlin. I think the last, unless I'm mistaken, I think the last time I was out of the country was November of 2019 is the last. Unless I went somewhere else. Maybe I was somewhere else after that. I can't remember. But I think that was the last place I was Berlin.
Now your passport.
I guess I could, how I could check? I could look on my phone and I could look at photos.
But then you got to
That's how I would do it.
Back, though.
I know. I'm not going to do it now. I'm just saying. My inner detective was like, how could you figure this out, Dave? And my passport is too hard to read. Plus, I don't have it with me right now because I had to send in for a new one.
Uh-oh.
Because it's expiring. So it's probably sitting on a shelf somewhere. I hope not. I hope it's ready to come to me. Jump into my loving arms. How are you doing, pool issues aside, Carrie, in Brooklyn?
Okay. It's been like a little rough, this pandemic. I mean, obviously not alone. It's been really hard on my kids. I have 2 boys.
Cool is one of them.
Cool is one of them. Bo, the Francophile, and me's the other. And they, just the remote stuff. It's bad. It's all bad.
Yeah, it's wearing on the kids.
It's ending. It's coming to an end, and they're lucky. They're in school now, full time, in person.
It is hopefully coming to an end.
That's making a huge difference. Yeah.
Can I say, Maggot Minded in the chat says COVID passport, only one that matters. What is the COVID passport? I've seen stuff about this on the news, but they don't say how you can get it.
It's like, I guess, like a little
What is
card
that?
saying you've had your shots.
They're saying that some countries are going to demand proof that you've had the vaccine, but how will one be able to prove it?
You use your little sticker, like the Krispy Kreme will give you free donut for the same thing.
It's probably will be a stamp.
Your card.
But there has to be some database somewhere, right? That has. Proof
I think there is a database, but I don't think that there is really any way to prove that you. I mean, I think I read that people are already forging them.
Yeah.
So I just don't see.
It's not like a raised seal or anything. It's just like a card.
But the card that like I got the first vaccine and I'm getting the next one Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I have is the card. Like is there any proof and in a computer somewhere?
I got the first one.
What did you get?
I just got a card also. That's it. I just got a card from the Air Force. They signed me in.
I know. So so what happens then? Like, is there somewhere like, when you go through customs, will they be able to look up whether you're vaccinated or not? Like, is there a database anywhere?
Oh.
Why is it such a shit show?
They're that organized.
Well, we know why it is.
I mean, we know why it is, but how they keep talking about this on the news, the COVID passport, but how would you get one if the only proof is this piece of cardboard that I've been carrying around in my wallet, which, yeah, as you said, Chris, seems like anyone could forge
easily. Yeah.
Have I just busted this thing wide open?
Now we're gonna have to get blood tests every day.
You're encouraging
everyone right now is like
passport forgery.
I would encourage everyone to just get the vaccine.
Maggot Minded says it's going to be encoded into the microchip.
I mean, I know a lot of people who will not get the vaccine. Do you?
I don't know anyone.
No couple.
I don't know. I know a few idiots. Yeah.
A few fence sitters.
I know.
Why?
Weird.
Why? You know people in New York who won't get it?
Yep.
Why don't they want to get it?
Because it's too early. You don't know what's in it. You don't know what the effects are going to be.
How many of these people vape?
That's always it's like they either smoke cigarettes or they drink horrible shit like soda.
And then
like,
all of my relatives in Colorado who are like Trumpers, they won't get it because there's an aborted fetus of a 14-week-old boy in the vaccine, apparently. I mean,
one boy?
There's not,
just one.
Yeah.
They're like praying for this boy nonstop, the 14-week-old boy who's in the vaccine.
Everybody's got their reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
But this idea of people that are like, oh, it's too soon. It's like unless you're like growing your own food in organic soil and like if you're partaking in society in any way, that argument is already out the window because all the food we eat, everything is just absolute bullshit. So why would you question a vaccine?
I know,
of all
you like
things?
poison yourself on the reg, and then you're like, no, my body is a temple. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like if you've bought a chicken breast at the grocery store, like you're already so far off to the races.
I think it's more likely people thinking just that they don't trust, whatever kind of institution is going to be administering these shots. People who think they're kind of smarter than the next guy. I think that might be it more than just, I don't want this in my body.
That's what it comes down to. People just think that they know more than other people.
Their skepticism is the best skepticism in the world, so they're not gonna go that way.
If you have a cell phone, what's that?
I was just saying there are all those doctors who like quit being like official doctors to go, at the beginning of the pandemic, who are like getting fired, who wanted to use I don't remember what's the stuff they wanted to administer, and they weren't letting them, and
hydrochloroxide or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That, and so there's like a big team of doctors, and they all look like they're like on a TV show, and they're constantly doing YouTube. I'm constantly being sent these things by all these various people, where they're like, these doctors are real doctors, and they don't believe in it.
Yeah,
it's going to be the biggest mess.
I would have no problem if all the anti-vaxxers would just die, but the unfortunately is it's bad for everybody. If it were as simple as like, oh, those people will just die, I would be like, well, we tried. But it's still not that simple, unfortunately. But hopefully places like New York will be, a nice, be like an oasis of pretty vaxxed. And, that way.
I'm stoked. I'm vaxxed. What do you think it's going to be like crazy? Like, people are saying roaring 20s, like it's going to be like a love fest in the streets? Or do you think people are going to be super timid and like, tiptoeing back and like,
I think by summer people are going to,
how do you think it's going to go?
Forget that we were ever on lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm personally going to tiptoe, though, to be fair, I tiptoe anyway in life. Like, I don't hang out with large groups of people ever. So
yeah, this
except to my shows, the huge crowds who come out to my shows.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't. I don't go where there are a lot of people. I only go to bars that no one wants to go to, restaurants that old ladies go to. I don't really
want to go to a baseball game. I'm itching to go to a baseball game. That's about it, really. It's just, and not even like to see a game, but just to have the option to just get on a train. And
I want to go to a movie. That's what I've been dying for.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
in a theater.
At home, I might be done with the movie theater, except for like very special occasions. But this is.
I stopped going to movie theaters once someone explained to me that when people fart, feces get stuck in the movie seat, and then I was like, I'm out.
I've never heard that.
That happens in every.
Yeah.
Stop.
I know. No, it's true. When you fart, some people, I think it takes a special buttock to do it, but like a really.
What about restaurants and planes? I mean, wouldn't it all be the same?
Everything. I pretty much operate assuming we're living in the Middle Ages. Like everything. I actually met an epidemiologist once, and I said, give it to me straight. Is everything covered in semen and feces or not? And they said, yep, it is. They said basically everything, every flat surface, if it can hold still, it's been jizzed on, basically. And basically everything is semen, feces, and urine. Anything everywhere is covered. So, as if you weren't washing your hands enough.
So what's the difference with the movie theater then? I mean,
but
the movies.
Well, there's just the butts. People are in there. They're like, they're shifting around.
Maybe might also be like holding the farts in, and then they're like 20 times worse.
Wait, yeah, they're waiting for a big laugh or a scream, and then they're just letting it rip. I'm just saying,
those immunities. You need all that. Like you need to.
No, I don't disagree. I think, to some extent, it's good to ingest as much semen and feces
and
urine as you can. Let's go to the super chat.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Jesse Seaman super chat.
This isn't a question so much as just a
loophole.
Yeah, a statement. Dems. This is from Rob Jackson, who said Dems blew a chance to solve this. No vaccine, no stimulus, payments. Can't take thousands from the government and then ruin the vax. Nudge to herd immunity. That's it.
And moving right along.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. That's smart. He's saying that to get the stimulus payment, you have to get the vaccine. I think that's smart.
Oh,
that would have been good.
Oh.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I was reading that as like a question.
No. He's saying.
I agree. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I think that's wise. I mean, we all have so many. Unless you're Jenny McCarthy's kids, everyone you have many vaccines in you already. Plus, if you want to really question the vaccine, I think I wouldn't mind if it's like something's going to kill me a little early. Not that I'm concerned about the vaccine. This world is so messed up. If they later were like, oh, the vaccine's going to take 10 years off your life, I'd be like, fine.
It's the last.
Fine. Why do I want to stay around for all this? Fine. There's just no argument against the vaccine that makes any sense to me.
10 years less of like being kept alive, 10 years too long. Which is what
I know. Like, I'm really only looking to get a good 5 years more. Maybe. And even that, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that last 2.
Come on, go for 7.
No, listen, I first to admit it, these looks will fade one day. I know everyone's like, Dave, you'll be a diamond till the day you die. But these looks are going to fade. I don't know when. It could be.
It's still dark. It's not even gray.
No, I know. I mean, I'm saying it, I could have these looks for another 40 years, but someday I'm just saying it's going to go south. It's going to happen.
Right.
It's not, I mean, there's no signs of it now. I'm more gorgeous than ever, but I'm just saying it's going to happen. I don't know when. I don't feel, any aches and pains. I know people talk about getting older. I still feel about 16 in most ways.
Not here.
I felt 16 until I was about 25, and then that was it.
What, you started feeling old age at 25?
Not old age, but just like kind of like you start looking back at pictures of yourself and you're like, oh, I've looked the same since high school. And then I feel like past 25 is when you start to notice like, oh yeah, I've changed. My nose has grown,
Oh no, there's visual changes. I keep getting
some like baby fat, but you don't know. You still look good.
No, I look better and better.
I have a misheard lyric.
Yeah.
Actually, Chris.
Yeah.
In the AC/DC song, Shook Me All Night Long, is it she's got thankless eyes or sagless thighs?
I don't know. I think it's thankless eyes, isn't it?
Yeah, I heard the song today, and for a second I thought he said sagless thighs, and that could probably work too.
Sagless thighs. That's lazy. Sagless. That's lazy lyric writing. If that were the case.
Well,
Carrie from Brooklyn, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you in person soon in the big city. Wait, what happened? Did we lose Des?
I hear.
What do you guys think of this?
Hi guys.
See you.
Bye.
See you, Carrie. I thought she.
That got weird. Go.
Bye, Carrie. Don't be rude, Des.
I thought I used my inside voice on that. I'm sorry.
You don't say go. Say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Don't say go. I mean, you have the power.
3 times. I know. The system was. I panicked for a second.
So you when you said go, you were yelling at the system. You weren't yelling at Carrie.
Correct.
Because that would have been okay.
I would never.
Sorry, Carrie.
Sorry.
He was yelling at the phone system.
Yes.
I wanted to say, what do you guys think of this? Someone wrote to me today, said, why, and this is someone that obviously doesn't listen to this show.
Mm-hmm.
They said, why did you leave New York, you fuck? Someone DM'd me this on Instagram.
Did you know the person?
I didn't recognize who the person was. And so I said, I didn't leave New York. I've been out of New York taking care of an at-risk person for the last year. Not that I needed to explain myself to this person, but when they called me a fuck, I was like,
do you owe him like $20 or something?
No, but I think people, I've noticed this thing where people feel like, of all, I've still paid full rent and utilities in New York this whole past year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm returning. I've been taking care of an at-risk person this past year. And even if I did leave and weren't coming back, what does anyone care? Like New York, like really? Am I the tent pole of New York City?
There were people in the comedy world who were like bookers and stuff who on Twitter were saying, if you left New York during COVID, then you should be the last to get spots when you come back.
Is there a hierarchy?
Who said this?
I don't want to name names, but it was said a while ago. There was a big controversy about it.
Oh, fuck all those people. That's the dumbest thing ever.
I don't know if they knew that you had left. I feel like if they did, they would have not said that.
I mean, anyone, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I don't even know if I'll perform anymore.
Very
just be. Well, no. I mean, in America, I have no interest. No. No, but I think that's really stupid. The people who go, there's nothing like, I don't think anyone staying in any one place is any sort of hero or it's like you're not helping New York by staying. What are you helping? I mean, I would have stayed had I not had responsibilities elsewhere.
We would have left if we didn't have 3 cats to take care of, I think that there's people that think that they're staying in one place or versus another it's meaningless, doesn't mean anything. So there.
Here the whole time.
Plus half these people that are saying this will be living in fucking Denver by 2023 anyway, so they can fuck off. I mean, I've spent more than 20 years of my life in New York. So
yeah,
get back to me when you've been in New York that long. Punk. I'm sorry. Anyway, all by way of saying, my point was not that this person had asked me the question, but that they said you fuck. And I think that they said you fuck as if they thought they could be familiar with me and joke around and say you fuck.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I think we've talked about this where like people feel like the need to roast you because you're involved in comedy or something, but like sometimes like people I don't even know and they're just being mean to me and I'm like, what the?
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what I think this person was doing. And I was just like, no, like I'm just a guy. You can't just swear at me because you think that I'll think that's funny. Mm-hmm. I don't know you.
Is he trying to play into some of your persona, so to speak? The tough guy image out there looking for the towny punks?
I think so. Probably.
Maybe if it hit you.
Probably.
You need like a code word.
Yeah, I don't know. It just I don't like when people get familiar and use profanities. Anyway.
Step back. Hold on.
I used profanities back.
There you go.
Did you reply or you just let it flap into breeze?
No, I replied. I said, I've been taking care of an elderly person.
And then you go, you fuck.
It was much worse. It was much worse than that.
Nice. Good job.
And then I was gonna let it go, and I was like, I'm gonna block this person.
Oof.
I blocked him.
That's that.
And people say, well,
fucked around.
Anyway,
found out.
No, but we are out of time. I'm sorry to end this by just profanities and
held it together for a long time early
things
on.
like that. But whatever. I just don't like swears. When people are making swears in their underwears.
Cussing.
Does goddamn not count?
I think goddamn people.
It made him uncomfortable the whole time. It was the goddamn Dave Hill show every week. He was like, I don't know. It's true.
The reason, it did make me uncomfortable, only because people misinterpret it as profanity, whereas the reason with the goddamn Dave Hill show, the reason it was called that was just sort of thinking, I was anticipating someone listening to WFMU and then my show coming on and having them be disappointed and having to say, oh, it's the goddamn Dave Hill show. So it was really coming from a place of self-loathing.
That's how it played out. I mean, I never took it any other way.
It was not meant to be profane, but then it always made me uncomfortable because my dad didn't like it. And then, as if my own dad not liking it weren't bad enough, as I've stated many times, Mary Lou Henner told me that she didn't like it. And I was like, Mary Lou Henner, I am a big fan, and I've done her show a couple times, and she's an amazing human being. And I thought, when Mary Lou Henner tells you not to swear, you don't swear. So it bothered me doubly after she said it, and it ate me alive. And now here I am dropping F-bombs when I said we shouldn't. Anyway, let's ride off into the sunset. Thanks to Wayne Fetterman. Everyone get his book, The History of Stand-Up. The History of Stand-Up, available now. Great book. Price to move, as he mentioned. It's only $11.99 in paperback form. Thank you, boy criminal Chris Gersbeck.
Thank you.
And thank you, New Jersey Chicken Rancher Des. And thanks to everyone watching live. Thanks to everyone listening in the futuristic podcast format. We'll see you next time. I'm sorry to North Korea, Syria, Iran, and Cuba.